This is kind of crazy. The last time I was here, it was a couple years ago. You guys were just starting the original spinoff.
Yes.
So how crazy is it that you're renewed for a third season? You guys are working on the new season. This thing just keeps going and going.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing. Even back to when we launched, coming off Vampire Diaries, there was a feeling of, is this going to work? And how's it going to be different? And how's it going to maintain its own identity? So it's really, it's incredibly rewarding to be here for a third season. And that's really down to the fans, people watching it, people talking about it online. I just got Instagram today. I just signed on. I finally did it. I caved. I know. I was on Twitter for so many years, and I decided, it's about time I got an I'm posting so many photos, so I just signed on The Real Joseph Morgan, and I want to be a part of that world. I like the back and forth with fans, and I respect that they invest so heavily in our show, and I think that's what's made it a success, and that's what's kept us going. And so you have to respect that.
So are you guys going to be in Hall H? Is it going to be intimidating?
I mean, it's the panel is going to be hugely intimidating, but it always is. You feel like before you go on, it's going to be all right, and then you see everyone and hear everyone or you hear everyone first, just before you walk on, and then you sit and start to sweat, and it's great though. I mean, by the end, you come off with a lot of adrenaline going, and feeling like, hey, we've had some real interaction with the people who are, allowing our show to continue going, and that's huge.
Very cool. Could you give our FlickDirect people just a little tease of what you're going to be doing in season 3?
Season 3 finds Klaus alone. He's alienated everyone, his whole family, the few friends he had. He's really burnt all the bridges. So he's going to have to work pretty hard to reconcile with anyone. We're also going to see a lot of new vampires making their presence known. Some of the first people that were sired by Elijah and Klaus and even Rebecca. So it's going to be interesting.
Sounds like it's going to be a good season. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You have a good Comic-Con.
Thank you.
We had brother Klaus here talking smack behind your back because you were right over here, and yeah, you know how it is. So tell me what's going on. Are you guys gonna fight more here?
Duke it out.
Duke it out.
I think this season, one would hope. I mean, they've just thrown so many javelins into the flanks of this relationship. I think the audience wouldn't respect us unless we went, into our disparate distances, But I think there's going to be. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. Let's just say that.
Okay. So what do you have coming up for you in this? Can you give our Flick directors a little bit of a little tease?
Yeah, definitely. I think. Look, right now his priority is Hope and Hayley. Is the rearing of Hope and making sure that she's that she's managed and well cared for. And he has that allegiance with Freya, of course. So she's probably doing the lion's share of the work, but he's certainly looking out for that and desperately hunting for something to remove the curse from Hayley.
The normal one out of the bunch, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, my character or me?
Well,
I mean, no to both. I would say that if there was a normal one out of the bunch, it would probably be Danielle Campbell.
Really?
Yeah, that girl right there. She's the most normal. The rest of us, not.
Is there a lot of clowning around going on behind the scenes?
It's just the most amount. It's actually more clowning around than actually doing the scenes.
Well, that actually sounds like more fun than other things that are going on.
I know. We have a blooper reel this year, and we're like,
really?
That blooper reel could have been 2 hours long. It could have been a full feature movie.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, well, then you should request it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what do we got going on season 3 for you?
Season 3, Cami is making some boundaries with the Mikaelson family, with specifically Klaus, and saying, I need to find my own self and make my own way in the world. And I think that in that she's found a role for her. She's helping solve a mystery here in New Orleans, and I think it's going to be a really cool, empowered side of Cami.
I was here 3 years ago when you guys were just starting this, and we were talking about a baby, weren't we?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Now we have a real life little toddler on set.
How crazy is that?
Really crazy.
So what do we got coming on for you this season?
So Hayley is still cursed. She's still in her wolf form, except one night when the full moon is out, once a month. So right now she is kind of primarily werewolf, but she's going to find a way to break the curse, and then she's going to find a way to reconnect with her daughter. And then she is going to track Klaus down and be really angry at him for what he has done.
Sounds like it's going to be a heavy season.
It is.
So right now I want you to look into the camera and tell them everything that's going to happen in season 3.
Season 3, there's going to be some highs and lows, some ups and downs. People will die, people will live, people will die and then be reborn again. People will fall in love, they'll fall out of love. Then they will die, and then they'll come back from death, and then they'll fall back in love. And then there's going to be a huge wedding and fireworks and a buffet.
A buffet.
For the
Did you have that all planned out?
No, I did not.
That was pretty good.
Stream of consciousness.
That was pretty good. So with Comic-Con, is there anyone out there that you have to meet that you're like Jones in the beat out there? Because there's a lot going on today.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sure you guys are wrapped up inside here, though.
Yeah, well, this is my 3rd Comic-Con, and last year I got to meet Samuel Jackson and Colin Firth when they were here for Kingsman, Deborah Ann Wall for True Blood, huge fan of hers of True Blood, and now she's in Daredevil. Like,
Right.
How cool is that? But yeah, right now I'm just open to, like, my head is on a swivel about who I could run into, all the possibilities.
It's just a little too much, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I heard you were sneaking around the floor there and kind of going undercover. You're going to go back out there again and see if you could get away without being mobbed?
Oh, yeah, I'm on a mission. There's a comic book I want to buy, and I'm tomorrow, before I jump on the train.
What are you looking for?
It's, I believe it's Uncanny X-Men, the first appearance of Gambit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I had originally bought that when I was a kid, back when it was still like 75 cents or whatever a comic book cost.
And now it's probably like, what, $50 more?
Yeah, now I'm going to shell out a lot more.
Well, you're in season 3, so you got to be getting a little bit more money than you were making back when it first came out, right?
Yeah, but $1 is still $1, and I don't want to be spending a lot of them.
True.
It's a comic book.
That is true. How many pages, right?
Yeah, 36 pages or whatnot.
You're probably paying $10, $20 just for a page.
Yeah, per page.
There you go.
Yeah, there's textbooks in college that cost less than that.
I just have to ask this. Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Can I be good and bad?
Oh,
Is it possible?
Don't turn those eyes on me like that, because that's just bad. I'm in trouble now, guys.
No, I think Davina's a very good witch. I think she's good. I think at the same time, she's growing up in a world where it's not all sunshine. So I think she's definitely kind of going with the ups and downs, and she's trying to battle. She's carrying things out that the way she thinks they should be done. May not always be the right way, but I think at the end of the day, her intentions are good, and she's trying to do what's right. And she's always trying to protect the people that she really cares about.
Well, we're really looking forward to see what you got going on for this next season.
Oh, you and me both.
Second season, you come into the show. What is it like joining a cast that's been going like this from Vampire Diaries into this and joining this big cast?
Right. It's definitely interesting to jump into something like that because it's a well-oiled machine. Everybody knows what their place is. So, I mean, there was actually a period where you try to just sort of find your fit, but fortunately I had a few people who helped guide me through, and it's been a blast, man.
So what's your character doing in all of season 3? We need to know everything right
Every
now.
single detail?
Every detail.
I could tell you, but somebody would have to kill you afterwards. Probably a Julie Plec.
I've been threatened like that before, and they haven't done it yet.
I've been threatened like that on Twitter, too.
I know you guys probably get punished more than I would.
Absolutely. We can expect new characters. We can expect interesting interactions with old characters. Specifics I don't want to necessarily get into. Hopefully with my character, we'll see him attempt to revive his role as a mentor to Davina in her new role as regent, and maybe work out some of his own personal demons. But beyond that, I have no guarantees, man. I'm waiting to find out just like everybody else.
Actually here 2 years ago.
Yes.
When you guys were first starting.
Yes.
I mean, right at the very beginning of the spin-off. This is going into season 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pretty
did
good.
you expect the spin-off to do as well as the Vampire Diaries, and you're just running with it? I mean, you're going to dominate Hall H tomorrow.
Well, we we were hoping that people would respond to a spin-off universe. I think a lot of people at first were like, why would you take these such vital characters away from the Vampire Diaries? And my response is because they're taking up too much room on the Vampire Diaries.
Right.
We still have an ensemble there that's very valuable to us and special that we want to service. And the originals are getting half the story. So why not get, sort of have your cake and eat it too? You get both worlds, both shows. And so it's also fun to be able to kind of have the show that's still a little bit steeped in a coming-of-age universe, although obviously they've come of age, but there's still those rites of passage that we always had on the Vampire Diaries, whereas in the originals it's much more grown-up, it's more sophisticated, it's more Shakespearean, there's a different tone, it's about family and the deep bonds of family as opposed to love triangles and that kind of thing.
Right.
So it's fun to be able to play in both worlds.
Is there any way we could get another spin-off and literally dominate a whole night for 3 hours straight?
Well, the good news for me in that I'm very busy is that the CW only programs 2 hours a night, so I feel like the pressure to own like Shonda, the 3 hour stretch is not yet achievable, thank God. But one day, I was just saying that when you have characters, you create them, you think, well, they're going to serve a purpose for this moment. The character of Elijah was meant to just be, a temporary character. And then Danielle Gillies walked into the room and made Elijah so spectacularly vivid that he planted the seed right away in my imagination of how can I make more of this character.
Right.
And so anytime you have a situation like that, you always think, could they hold their own on their own show? Is there room in the marketplace or in the creative universe for another world like this? And we'll see.